highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Alrighty, welcome back to Game 2 on this Week 7 of high school hockey. This turkey clash, as Eric has called it.
A Thanksgiving scrum.
Thanksgiving scrum. Turkey clash also sounds good.
Yeah, I like that too.
Game 1 was the Thanksgiving clash, and got the turkey scrum for game 2.
Now you're just mixing it all up.
I don't know what it is. I forget things.
It's the night before Thanksgiving, folks.
Yeah, Thanksgiving Eve. We have the Homestead Spartans going up against the Fort Wayne Vipers. So far in this series, Homestead is leading it 2-0. to beat the Vipers 3-2 on the 18th of October, and then beat them 5-1 on November the 5th.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of game we see here today. Homestead sitting at number 1. The Vipers, the number 4 in this league. We just saw who were tied for 2 and 3. I guess now Carroll's number 2 solidly, and Leo's number 3 after that overtime victory.
So last week Homestead beat Leo 4-1. No.
It was a decisive game, I remember, because I was on call for that one, and it was not entertaining. I think...
No, they beat Carroll.
Yeah.
Carroll,
I
3-1.
I think they had Carroll last week.
Yeah, they beat Carroll 3-1. The Vipers.
They played a much closer game against Leo, if I recall.
Lost 4-1.
It was 4-1?
4-1.
Oh, man, I thought... It was entertaining, though, right?
It was a lot. I don't think Leo scored until a couple of late goals, so making it a closer game throughout it entirely. That's where Vipers hoping to go back on that winning streak. So they beat Carroll a couple weeks ago. A very, very close game on that one. We were hoping that they were able to jump out, hopefully get a win against Leo. But I believe Schifferly was pulled on that one.
He was, but he was getting shelled. The Vipers did not come out ready to play last week. And it was disappointing because I really thought we had a team that was on the up and up. And they didn't show up to play last week. And it was a completely different team than we saw that played Carroll. All their confidence that they seemed to have gained was gone. All their sense of urgency was gone. And I'm hoping that was a wake-up call for them because they know they can play against any team in this division when they bring their best game. And nothing to save it for, no school tomorrow, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Make sure you gotta protect that defense. I remember on that penalty kill they had like 4 guys looking at the puck, something like that. You gotta protect your home front and make sure as a very good Homestead team is very offensively talented. Multiple guys can put the puck into the net. You gotta make sure that you lock those guys down. Well, as always, can't do this broadcast without the help of our sponsors, like Big Eyed Fish, who has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Tom Steel Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services. At Weller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OntWellerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the summit. Jolie Law Firm is the area's best criminal defense firm, helping defend the accused from the government. Whether you are facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation, Jolie Law Firm is the answer. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing commercial cleaning services including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility, and most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. Specials in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit tjwindustrial.com. The 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliate local unions that build Indiana, we are LIUNA. Earn your edge this season. PSM Edge Training program maximizes your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and get you to the next level. Visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com/edge to schedule your free consultation. And today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to to subscribe to our YouTube channel. As teams are just wrapping up their team huddles for the opening drop. The Vipers rocking their black and red jerseys tonight. Homestead with their white, blue, and yellow. Combs is getting the nod tonight, and as always, Schifferle going to be getting the start for the Vipers.
Just a question of what kind of team we're going to see in front of him tonight.
Definitely a huge question that needs to be answered by this Vipers team. You got to be able to stay consistent throughout this high school hockey as the standings are starting. They get very competitive, especially in that top three if they want to stay in the race.
Yeah, and Homestead comes and they compete every Wednesday night here at the Ice House. No nights off if you're a Spartan. We'll see if they don't stay true to form on this, the eve of Thanksgiving.
Homestead has put out Juarez, Doherty, Urschel with Llewellyn and Johnson on D. Vipers have Stebbins, Rice, Whistler, Bacon, and Mudrack. We are underway. Urschel with the puck. The top of the offensive zone takes a shot. Blocker to the side by Schifferle. Johnson with a ripper. In and out of the glove. Rebound. Stebbins is able to knock it away. Urschel with the shot. That gets deflected wide. Urschel off a two-goal game last week.
Yeah, and the Spartans have come out pretty hot early in this one, occupying the zone for, well, the first 30 seconds, I guess, since the opening puck drop. It's been pretty much a spree of Homestead Spartan offense.
Face-off one there. Hebert sends it down low to Swinehart. Trying to try to center it. Stick aside there by Ingalls. Slager sends it around. Pick up there by Duke in the corner. Getting pressured by Gerber. Slager up front. Hebert takes that away. Holds on to it for a couple more seconds to get more space. Try to put up the Swinehart, but he gets pressured there by King. But McNary is able to take it out. Turnover by Quas, and he sends it down. Hebert to pick it up behind his own net. Sends it along to his partner Gerber, who wraps it back around to Swinehart. Swinehart was it try to get to Gerber, but too far in front. And the Vipers take control in the neutral zone. King, what's it far side there to Parks. Parks, hard pass to Kern, gets intercepted, and that puck gets deflected into the safety netting. Face off to the blocker side of Combs. Kern on the faceoff, able to win it back to Stebbins. Sends it down to the corner. Hendrick behind the net. Gets the puck taken away by Potts. Hendricks in the neutral zone sets it down for Chapman behind his own net. Try to feed to Cook off the backhand. Chapman gets the puck into the skates of Kaufman. But Mabe sends it down into the offensive zone. Stebbins to pick it up for the Vipers. Off the glass. No icing. That got washed away. It was Juarez was close enough. Who wraps it around Urschel off of Bacon, but the puck goes out of the zone. Vipers send back in. Chapman intercepts that. Urschel now in the offensive zone. Pressure by 3 Vipers. Just a little weak backhand. And Shefferly is going to cover things up.
Yeah, it looked like Urschel had Doherty with him, but there was no way to see that and get the pass off with the 3-man pressure that he was under.
Flores and Whistler on the face-off here. Glove side of Shefferly. Face-off won by Homestead, but Vipers take control. Urschel takes it back. One wide there on Ingalls with a shot in and out of the chest of Schifferly. Interesting pass there by Juarez. Urschel sends it wide. In the corner he goes. Urschel with a slap shot. Hits the corner. Llewellyn picks it up. Trying to get around a couple of Vipers, but it's poke checked. Doherty putting pressures on Ingalls. Enough, though, for Urschel to take it over, and a huge hit there by Whistler on Urschel. Morris picks it up in the corner, trying to find Doherty, deflected off a Viper stick. Llewellyn fans on the slap shot, goes through a couple of skates, and goes behind his own net. Tries to send it around, but Urschel gets bumped up the puck. Flores with a centering pass goes off a Viper stick. Into the neutral zone, Llewellyn picks it up. Has some space, gets around Mudrak, but taken away by Knutson. Shot by Knutson there, stick aside. Swinehart sends it down. Parks to pick it up. Duke is able to find Slager. Slager got the puck taken away from him. Parks with a shot goes off a skate. Easily stick aside there by Combs. Frick going wide on Parks. Stops. Try to center it, but found Slager instead. Slager off the boards a little bit too far for Duke. Gerber is bumped up the puck. Blows a tire in the process. Stebbins with a shot, and he scores! Ryan Stebbins goes 5-0 on Combs. And the Vipers get on the board. I don't think Combs saw that.
No, and it's good on Stebbins. He enters the attacking zone, finds that puck. I think he was actually the third man into the zone on that one, so kind of a 5-man style of ice hockey that they're playing, no forward and defense, and Stebbins gets that one on net, unsuspecting for us, but Vipers draw first blood.
I think the goal came at 10-12 or something around that mark. Puck gets sent down for an icing. Face-off going to be on the glove side of Schifferly. Mapes and Kern on the face-off. Kern's able to win it. Knutson doing circles behind his net. He's able to move it up to Kaufman. Trying to get to Minnick, but he gets taken off the puck. Parks with a big hit there by the Homestead bench. Into the near corner goes Knutson's able to keep it in. We have a penalty coming up. Interference, I believe, on Minnick. Might have hit it a little bit too early.
Oh, we'll take a look. See if we don't see what the referee saw. Oh, it's right there. Yep.
Is that Swinehart that he hit? Oh, no, that might have been Chapman. Yeah, him a little bit too early. Homestead going on the power play. Puck bounces out of the zone. Heber in his own zone. Puts up to Urschel. This puck taken away there by Bacon. Frick's able to recover that one. Z enters the zone, sends it down the corner. Rice sends it back up. Warris from up top with a shot. In and out of the pass. Rebounds right there for the taking, but Schifferle's able to cover things up.
Good on Schifferle. Tracked that puck through chaos and ultimately avoided a prime scoring opportunity that could have tied the game for Homestead.
40 seconds gone off the power play. Interference by Minnick. Vipers able to win the faceoff. Try to send it out, but Heber's there. Puts it to Juarez. Frick. Top of the point. Puts it over to Heber. Looks to shoot. High. Gets deflected. Knutson picks up the rebound. Getting pressured there by 3 Spartans. Able to win that battle. Heber passes it to Urschel. Faked the shot up top to Heber. To Urschel. Doesn't pull the trigger that time. Back to Heber with a shot. Looking for the deflection. Hits the bodies instead. Juarez with a shot. Rebounds there. And the Vipers are able to clear things out. 23 seconds remaining on the man advantage for Homestead. Heber puts it up to McNary, who sends it down low. Ferrier on the pressure. McNary try to send things back around. Mapes from up top. Shot. Deflection goes wide. Ferry on the rebound. Vipers are back to full strength. Gerber takes a shot. Might have hit off Quas, off the shin pad, and ultimately goes wide. In the corner. Ferry is able to take things back out, but Duke is able to get out of the zone, and there's going to be a penalty coming up on Homestead for a hooking. McNary heading off to the sin bin.
Yeah, that one pretty obvious call. I think anybody in the stadium would have made that call. See him get the stick wrapped around, and down goes his adversary. That'll be 2 minutes, McNary.
Whistler on the faceoff is able to win it to himself. Duke tried to chip it to Parks, but it just goes over the stick. Got tied up. Whistler across the line, sends it down. Lou Owen sends it back up. Parks with a floater shot. Got it on net, kind of like a rainbow.
Yeah, those bouncers can be tough, though. I mean, you were a goalie, right? And
yeah.
you ever have one of them bouncing? Sometimes they chip them in from the red line. The goalies are just like, oh, no.
Yeah, that's happened to me before.
It happens to the best of them, man. I've seen it.
Like the beginning of the game, I was not paying attention. I was just not paying attention, and somebody shot from the red line. I'm like, by the time I knew, I got scored on. I have seen a rainbow shot go in, though. It was like squirt level. To win a championship, we shot it from the blue line.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Not to win the championship.
To win in overtime. Parks behind his net. Loses a puck there. Pressure by Juarez. Kind of backs off for a second. Duke now. Fans on the pass. Loses an edge. Homestead able to regain possessions. Doherty backhands it, but Duke's able to stop that. Kaufman runs into Doherty. Turnover skated that. Whistler's chance to send it in gets blocked. Rice finds Cooper Bacon. sends it down low. Johnson. It's bumped off the puck by Kaufman, is able to regain possession. Rice is able to keep it in. Sends it to Bacon. Sells the bouncing puck. Behind the net. With a shot blocked by Johnson. Who sends it down. Schifferle behind his net. Leaves it for Rice. 20 seconds remaining. Time for one last rush. Rice off the boards. Heber stops that and sends it back down. And that should do it here for the man advantage. Both teams unsuccessful on the power play. Mudrak. Puts it over to Hendrick, who sends it down low. Cook pick things up. Gerber runs it around. Send it out. Quas sends it down low. Gerber behind his own net. Puck gets deflected. Kept in there by Knutson. Well, he wasn't able to get enough on it, send it low enough. Now Heber is able to find Gerber. He lost the puck there in the snow by the benches. Quas, he also lost it in the snow. Ferrier in the neutral zone. Bounces off a couple of Vipers. Gerber's able to send it down low. Swinehart on the forecheck. Try to put it out front there. Just goes past Ferrier's stick. Into the corner it is. Knutson ties up. Might be Frick. A couple of guys.
A long tie-up.
2-on-2 Mapes and I think Stebbins joined. The shot there goes wide. Puck behind and then to the corner. Quas is able to get around. Chapman from up top with a shot. Goes weirdly off the stick and goes wide. Swinehart in the corner. Could get around Quas and Bacon. Is able to get it out. Deflection, it looked like it hit off the bench, but they didn't call it.
Right, yeah. I thought the same thing.
Mudrak and the red line gets blocked by Doherty. King could get around Urschel. Urschel gets put into the boards by Whistler. And by the Zamboni doors, King sends it around. Chapman and Urschel there. Apply pressure, Ingalls. Moving around his net. Stops, spins around. Puts up top to Bacon. Who sauces his way, high stick. Gets washed. Juarez sends it down. Ingalls in the near corner. Bumped off the puck there by Urschel. He puts it up front. Doherty wide open. Gets stick-lipped at the last second by Mudrak. Llewellyn with the shot. Deflection off the shin pads of Doherty goes wide. Whistler off the glass. Wraps around the boards. Mudrak now in the corner. Sends it down. Stall just by the slot in the Homestead zone. Stretch pass there by Llewellyn. Does not get touched by Juarez.
Oh, that's unfortunate. It was such a good look. Almost caught Fort Wayne in a change. And they would have had a prime opportunity as the Vipers had just avoided an ice when they needed a change. And now Homestead gets one accidentally.
Curtin and Frick on the faceoff. Frick is able to win it back to Heber, who sends it to Gerber. Up to Loxton, who sends it down. Stebbins able to pick things up. Stebbins the lonely goal scorer here in this first period. Heber now. Try to find Frick. He wasn't looking for the puck. He had a little break there, but he couldn't find the puck, and Schifferle is able to cover things up.
Feels like this first period's going by pretty quick. Not a whole lot of whistles and a pretty good pace of play from both teams.
Face-off won by Mapes. Pass it in the corner. See how the puck keeper pinches. Vipers able to get things out. Too far in front there for Kaufman. Homestead's offsides. So able chance to get a clean breakout here for the Vipers. Off the boards. Down for the icing.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said anything. Now the last minute of the period's going to take 20.
Face-off stick side of Schifferly. The lines stay out there. Vipers able to win this one for a second. Duke couldn't get it out. Tied up with Knutson. And Potts now in the corner. Centers it. Shot, and they score! The captain, Nicholas Juarez, ties things up. Just under a minute here to go in this first period.
And it was about time. Homestead has had excellent offensive zone pressure. And we'll take a look. Pass is going to come through traffic out of the corner. And a little bit of puck watching. Nobody knows where Nico Juarez is on the ice, and he just steps up and rips that one home to tie this one within the final minute of the first period.
Swinehart able to win the faceoff. Back to Chapman. Moves up to Doherty, who sends it down to the zone. Swinehart on the forecheck. Ingles pins the puck up against the boards. Doherty able to pick things up. Sends up high there to Potts. Potts with a quick shot. Rebounds there. Doherty fans on it. Vipers able to clear. Off the back end there of Whistler. Homestead sends it down for an icing. 11.7 seconds left in this first period.
Ooh.
Vipers had too many. Redo things here. Whistler's able to win the face-off. Rice finds Mudrak with a shot off the pads. Rebounds there. Bacon couldn't connect. It was in his skates. And that's going to do it here for his first period. Things are all knotted up at one. Goal by Stebbins and a goal by Juarez.
And a little stint of chaos in front of the Homestead net will keep them on their toes headed into the second period. It was Ryan Stebbins starting us off. And actually, now that I watched that goal, a very similar goal much later in the period, down the other end, courtesy of Nico Juarez, ties us at one after one period. Right about the same spot on that left side of the ice, right around the top of the circle, just letting one rip on the one-timer. One goal aside.
And a couple of penalties by both teams as well. Nobody was able to capitalize on them, though. I think it might have been one apiece, if I remember.
Yeah, I mean, and both of these teams are kind of known for having a strong penalty kill. The Vipers, obviously, we watch them fend off penalty after penalty. They have to be able to play that way. They're a big team. They want to play chippy. They want to play a little bit physical. And Homestead, they just have guys that are really talented penalty killers. You know, Boffman, Urschel, to name a few.
Has Bob been playing? I haven't seen him at all.
You know, I haven't noticed him out there either. I think maybe he's not in the lineup tonight.
I think there's some games over the weekend. Maybe something happened over then.
Yeah, hopefully nothing too serious. We love calling Nick Boffman a well-known grinder in this league.
The Vipers have it in the offensive zone. And here we go. We got 2-0. Urschel, forehand, backhand. Big save there by Schifferle off the glove. It's an on-man rush for Homestead. Johnson now. Reverse hits. Whistler. Rice couldn't get the puck out. Johnson leaves it for Ferrier. Drops it back for Llewellyn. Llewellyn cutting across. It's a weak wrist shot off. Rice picks up the rebound. He sends it down low, no icing. Vipers on a full change. Whistler's able to apply enough pressure there for the Vipers to get it off. Johnson has it. Getting pressured by Sliger. He gets taken off the puck. Try to move it up to the defense, but split them instead. Ingles has to pick it up in his own zone. Behind the net. Ingles spins around trying to get it away from McNary. Slap shot. There by Gerber, goes wide. Heber now. Couldn't get enough on that one. Cross is able to flip it to Duke, who sends it into the offensive zone. Frick behind his own net finds Heber. He's able to evade a check. By Zamboni towards Knutsen's able to keep it into the zone. Well, pile up there in front of the Vipers bench. Heber turns things around, able to find Frick. Goes wide, trying to get around Parks, who bumps him off the puck. Parks off the boards to himself, try to split the D. And that's going to cause a penalty. It's Gerber or McNair are heading to the penalty box for a trip.
Yeah, it could have been either one. They were both there kind of with the leg out.
And they're giving it to Gerber.
Let's see if they got it right. I don't know, man.
It looked like Parks just fell, but...
No, I mean, certainly a penalty should have been called, but I don't think it was Gerber, a guilty party.
McNary then probably
I think
did
McNary.
it.
But McNary fell down also, so he kind of made himself look a bit more innocent than Gerber did, standing over the downed Viper's body.
Vipers heading back to the power play here. Parks, they will keep it in with his skates, but then eventually gets knocked out by Schweinhardt. Kaufman. Drops back to Parks. Parks gets his pocket picked there by Juarez, who has some speed. Drops it back to Schweinhardt. Gets bumped off the puck there. Some spectators maybe looking for a penalty. Bacon able to keep things in for a hot second, but Homestead gets the puck in the offense zone as it hits the snow. Schweiner with a shot into the chest of Schifferle. Picks it up his own rebound. Tries to send it up top, but Kaufman was already there. Kaufman lost control of the puck. Juarez able to send things back down. C goes off for a change. Parks getting pressured by Doherty. Try to get the mud rack. Finally able to do that. He lost possession. Now Doherty. It's brought down, and that's going to cause a penalty. And Mudrack's going to hit to the sin bin for a hook. He brought down Doherty.
Yeah, Doherty had a step on him, and Mudrack resorted to the hook as if it was the last resort, but really he had other players back. He didn't have to do that.
So we're going to have 4-on-4 hockey here for 47 seconds. And then a Homestead power play to follow that. Kloss in his own zone off the boards. Not able to get things out. Frick. Puck taken away by Rice. Kloss sends it a little bit too far in front of himself. Johnson sends it over to Urschel. Puck gets sent down into the Vipers zone as Rice picks it up behind his own net. It's the puck taken away by Frick, who lost possession there for a second. And we have a penalty. Both of them are heading to the box, Slager and Llewellyn. Probably for roughing, I'm guessing.
We'll take a look. Yeah, kind of a no-nonsense call by the referee. He's putting his foot down early in this one. Just a little bit of shoving, and it's enough to warrant a call in this game, I suppose.
8 seconds remain on this 4-on-4 action. Heber with a shot. Goes through and covered up by Schifferle. Face-off one here by Frick. Heber moving far side. Heber now cutting in. He's got some space. Trying to stuff it past Schifferle, but Schifferle says no. Rebound goes wide. 56 seconds remain for this Homestead power play. Urschel trying to pass it there to Juarez, who was coming down, but hits the skate of King. Juarez from behind the net. Now coming across with a shot. Blocked. Rebounds there. And Doherty try to hit the rebound in, but Schifferle covers things up.
Good chances for the Spartans on what they've got left of this power play after everything shook down. A little bit of a condensed power play, but they're certainly making the most of it so far.
.35 seconds remaining on the Caden Mudrak booking call. Face-off one, but Park's able to get to it first, and he's able to send off the glass down the length of the ice. Chapman to receive that. Fans on the pass was able to keep it off the shin pads of Bacon. And Ferrier. It's a far side Chapman, who moves it up to Potts, who sends it down low. Mapes is able to get it to Swinehart. Vipers are back to full strength. Swinehart walking the line, takes a shot, blocked the skate of Parks. Bacon sends it down. Forward icing. Just a little over 9 minutes remain in this second period. Still tied up at 1. Whistler and Juarez on the faceoff. Juarez wins it back. Put it in between Heber and Gerber. Gerber wraps it around. Finds Juarez. He puts it to Urschel. Urschel finds Juarez on the breakaway. Fans on the backhand. Huge chance there for Juarez to get a second goal of the game. Urschel in the tie-up. Maney pressuring Juarez as they're still tied up. Stebbins from behind his net. He's able to take the puck himself. No icing on that as that got washed. Stebbins tried to center, but no Vipers was there. Urschel now. He'll get it around Kaufman. It gets poked by Whistler. in his own zone. Stebbins finds Yaney, who wraps it back around. Off the board, Stebbins, poked by Bacon, able to get out of the zone. And Gerber sends it back in. Stebbins. Getting pressure there by Swinehart. Swinging. Puts it down in the corner. McNary is able to play up to Frick. Frick finds swinging out center. The slot gobbled up by Schifferle.
We'll take another look at that Juarez opportunity. Right as this replay starts, you can see the defensemen already have their feet turned towards their own goaltender. And Juarez beats all of them with speed, finds himself alone with the puck in front of the net. But good on Schifferle, stayed right with him and bailed out his team.
Mutrek on the faceoff. One, back to Parks. Cook is pressuring Parks, takes it away. Center it, but there was no Spartans in the area. Hendrick lost the puck for a second. Kaufman's able to retrieve it. Bouncing puck there. Penalty coming up for Homestead. Looks like we're going to have a knee. I believe that's Hendrick on the ground.
Yeah, guy in a vulnerable position as it was. He turns, and there's the hit. Right as he steps over the blue line, takes a knee-to-knee. And good to see him back on his feet. Those can be really dangerous.
Really at the speed of hockey, knee collisions. I don't think they ever do not hurt.
Oh, it's horrible. Unless you do the full, you got to roll with it, kind of, I guess, and do like a full flip. Otherwise, you're going to blow your knee out borderline.
So Llewellyn heads to the sin bin. Vipers on a chance once again. Bacon's light pass gets taken by Swinehart. Duke is able to recover it. Swinehart's right behind him. Hart sends it back around to Duke. He sends it up to Bacon and is able to get out of the reach of Swinehart. 2-on-2 entering the zone. Bacon gets around one man, tries to stuff it in. But Zaya Combs was right there waiting for him and cover things up.
And good effort there by Chapman to tie up his guy in front of the net and make that opportunity just a one-man show.
Heber off the rails, kept in by Parks. Whistler with a shot right into the chest of Combs. We'll do things all over again. Juarez and Whistler. Juarez wins this one back cleanly, but Parks, they will keep it in off the attempt to clear. Whistler puts it up top to Parks. Parks with some space. Whoa, toe drag shot there. The Bedard special, but Combs denies him. Duke up top to Parks. Parks lets it rip again. Deflection. This goes high off the glass, and he was able to clear things.
Yeah, Parks with a couple good shots on this shift so far.
When he has space, he can rip them.
Yeah, a couple hard shots, well placed.
Seen him score a couple of goals for the Spaceman Elite on the power play from up top there.
That's right, he is a spaceman.
Duke now with some speed. Puts it back. Try to find Kern, but gets knocked off the puck. Puck just goes past Juarez. 20 seconds remain on this power play for the Vipers. Juarez sends it in. Blocker to the side by Schifferle. Rice left the puck behind him. Juarez now battling a 1-on-3. Able to win it. for a second. In the corner, they are pinned up by Rice. And that will do it for the Vipers power play. A couple of good shot opportunities. Kern now. Had to get it around Frick. Lost the puck. Johnson finds McNary, who sends it down into the corner, the far side. Sends it behind him. Gets pushed up the boards by Urschel. Stebbins. Try to move it up to Kern. Fucked there by McNary. Kern couldn't get it out with Johnson deflected off a stick, but was able to keep it in. Chapman with a shot, stick side. Rice stops, spins around. Found Slager, who tried to move the Kern, but just out of the reach. Johnson in his own zone finds Chapman, just goes behind him, fans on the pass. But Frick off the glass. It's stopped by the Vipers to send it back in. Johnson stretch pass there to Urschel. Spins around King, gets knocked off the puck. Stebbins couldn't get enough on that backhand. Whistler retrieves, finds Bacon. Bacon couldn't get out by the pinch of Chapman. Mudrak lost the puck, lost his footing as well. King is tied up in the corner by Urschel. Swanson sends it to the corner. Off the rails. Johnson at the point. Finds Swinehart, who bans on the shot. Mudrick got hit as he was trying to clear. And the puck gets sent down for an icing. Face-off won by Mapes. And Homestead sends it around. Flores there. It's pressured by Knudsen. Puts up Mapes, who was wide open. Backhand just goes up and high. Doherty sends it around. Trying to get it to Juarez. King beats him to it. King puts it far side to Bacon. It goes right behind him, but he recovers it and goes behind his net as he puts that one into the safety netting. A little bit too hard on that one. Frick on the faceoff wins it back to Gerber. Gerber with the shot blocked by Frick. And Sliger trying to move it to Duke. And Duke's able to send it in. Gerber couldn't find Urschel. Parks with a shot, gets blocked. Goes in to the faceoff dot. Duke sends it down low behind the net. Hebert. So he'll find swinging, but Parks intercepts the pass, and he sends it back down. Gerber back to his partner Hebert. Puts it up. Parks there to retrieve the puck. Try to dump it back in, but blocked by Frick. Frick in his own zone. Just under 2 minutes here to go in this second period. Parks sends it to Sliger, who finds Quas. Quas gets bumped up the puck. Swinehart is able to find Ferrier. Ferrier is able to get around Parks. Decides to turn things back. That's up to Chapman with the shot blocked by Quas. Parks now on the rush with Duke. Duke trying to move it back to Parks, but he got tied up. Left there behind the linesman. Hand pass there by Parks. Looked like he kind of punched that puck more than catch it. But
yeah, I mean, you can play the puck off the back of your hand, but the referee saw what he saw. He's a lot closer to the action than we are. There's going to be a discussion about this, though. And Juarez going to put his 2 cents in as well. Pleading his case does nothing, Mason.
This puck's now getting moved just outside the Vipers zone. Face off 1. There by Frick. Pressure on Stebbins off the boards. 1 minute remain here in the second period. Smodrek sends it down the length of the ice for in icing. Boston Frick on the faceoff. Heavy hit. Stebbins and Juarez. Chapman with a shot off the boards. Hendrick seems to be okay after that knee-to-knee hit. Juarez takes the puck. It's Frick now with a chance off the blocker into the corner. Dockery ties up Hendrick. Frick off the board, sends it down low. King sends it back. Stebbins now, the far corner. Being pressured by Juarez. Enough to make him fan on that shot. Dockery gets pulled down there by King, and that will do it for the second period. We're all tied up at 1 apiece. Heading to the second intermission. So we're going to step aside and come back to you with some highlights as you're watching high school hockey here on Summit City Sports.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cub Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
At PSM Sports Therapy, recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it, I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them, we ain't never make it up. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake out bow. Oh God. Let her cook. All this sauce I'm trying.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
Alrighty, welcome back to the second intermission reports. So we are all knotted up at 1 here at rank 47 at the PSM Ice House. So Eric's going to lead us through these first 2 period of highlights.
Yeah, so we got 2 goals aside. Both of those came in the first period. The first one, like I say, was Ryan Stebbins. Steps over the blue line. Actually just top of the circles, left side of the ice. Lets one rip. Gets the scoring started. And pretty much from the same spot, other end of the ice, we have Nico Juarez. Gets this feed through traffic and lets his rip and beats Sam Schifferle to tie this one at 1 late in the second period of action. I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's see what we got. Shots are a total of 9-20 in favor of the Homestead Spartans. Homestead had 10 a period exactly, according to this stat sheet at least. And the Vipers, 6 in the first, only 3 shots in the second period. Penalties. We have 1, 2, 3 for the Fort Wayne Vipers throughout 2 periods of play, and 4 for the Homestead Spartans throughout 2 periods of play. So it all comes down to this third period of action. The 1-5 Fort Wayne Vipers are all knotted up with the 5-1 Homestead Spartans. This would be huge for the Vipers moving forward and could be detrimental to the confidence of the Homestead Spartans if things don't go their way.
Yeah, giving a chance for Carroll to start gnawing back at that first place lead.
That's right. It's a tight league. I mean, if you look at all things considered and the amount of games left, technically Fort Wayne's not out of the race. If they heat up right now, they could make a pretty big leap through the standings pretty quick. I mean, there's only 4 teams in this league. You only have 4 spots to move up.
Yeah, this would definitely be a big confidence boost for the Vipers heading into this Thanksgiving break, allowing them to, they beat Carroll, number 1. I think they were number 1 when they beat them.
Yep.
And then, knocking off Homestead, the number 1 team right now.
Maybe that's what they're doing. They're the blue shell. Mario Kart reference.
Oh, yeah.
So 1 goal aside, both in the first period of action. Ryan Stebbins. Nico Juarez. Lone goal scorers for either team right now, and both teams need another one as we head into the third period of action. We will step aside one last time before we bring you the final period of regulation in game number 2 of our Thanksgiving special.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Alrighty. teams just headed out onto the ice. The Zebras have left their den. Everybody's getting stretched out for this third period of action. Eric, what's your prediction?
Well, you know, I think it could go two ways. I think the Vipers, if they score first here, they have a serious chance of winning this game. If Homestead scores first, I honestly think it might turn into like a 5-0 game. But I think, honestly, if the Vipers do put one in the net, Homestead's going to tie it up, and we might see extra time for the second time in our 2 games of Thanksgiving scrum. Haven't seen 2 overtime games since opening night, and you weren't even here for that.
Nope. Chevrolet's already taken his net, getting that crease all ready to go for this third period. Vipers coach saying last couple of words here and strategies.
I mean, they haven't had a lot of shots, but the ones that they have had have been good opportunities. Obviously, Stebbins put one home, only 9 shots through 2 periods of action. And a 3-shot second period, according to that stat sheet. I don't know how accurate that really is, but
Homestead did have a couple of good opportunities there in that second period.
yeah, you know, Homestead was swarming. They were all over the attacking zone, honestly, for the first 2 periods of this one. But only 1 goal to show for it, which means the Vipers are still in it.
Alrighty, we got 15 fresh minutes. Juarez and Whistler on the faceoff. Juarez is able to win it. Heber sends it down for Whistler. Kaufman in his own zone. Puts it back to Whistler. Trying to find some space to move it. Finds Bacon, who chops it down. Finds Heber into the corner. Tied up. Juarez is able to take it out. Couldn't get it to Doherty, goes right under the stick. Gerber now. Going wide on Stebbins. Stott centers it. Nobody there to put it home. Puck goes into the corner. Tied up with Stebbins in. I think Urschel was there. Suarez sends it back down to the corner.
Ooh.
Qua sent it into his own bench.
With some velocity, too.
Trying to hit off the boards, but put a little bit too much on that one. Frick and Whistler on the faceoff. Frick is able to win it. Johnson sends in the corner. Shot there by Frick. Blocked. Johnson with a ripper what goes wide. Llewellyn now down to the corner. Picked up by Mapes. Sends it up top to Johnson. Back to Mapes with a shot. Gets blocked by Ingles. Johnson's able to keep it in. But sends it right to Ingles, who goes around his net. Whistler trying to clear the zone. He's able to get it out to Johnson. Johnson, who fans on the pass. Cooper Bacon now going wide. Hit a little bit of a puddle. Lost his footing there for a second. Parks now with the shot. He goes wide into the corner. Knutson pinches. Llewellyn hits it out the glass. Bounces over Whistler's stick, but Parks is going to be there, so no icing on the play. Parks try to find Sliger, but too much on that. Potts with a shot, and the traffic gets blocked. Viper's able to clear it. Chapman sends it down into the corner. Knutson to pick it up, sends it far to his D partner Parks, sends it right back to him. Off the boards to Sliger. Tied up in kind of a blind spot here. Puck goes loose. Knutson now gets tied up by Doherty. McNary trying to dig it out. Chapman centers, didn't know what was there. Duke off the skate of Doherty and goes back into the Viper zone. Knutson off the boards, couldn't get it out. Juarez sends it deep into the corner. Parks retrieves it. Off the glass by Juarez stick. Potts gets his pocket pick there. And Parks sends it down. Lost one hand on the stick. Was able to send it down for Potts. Parks on the pressure. Tried to wrap it around right up front. Saved there by Combs. Duke with a chance right out front. Quas off the boards. Sends it down. Hits the puddle and just stops dead in its track. Urschel is able to find Swinehart. Icing on the call. Swinehart was behind the red line. Just got bumped by Stebbins.
And you know, Mace, it seems like more of the same to start this third period. Homestead with a lot of zone time, which is generating some opportunities, but still no increase in the figure on the scoreboard. On the other hand, the Vipers, very little zone time, and they've had the best opportunity of the period. So they're playing a rush game right now, if you ask me.
Kern and Frick on the faceoff. Frick's able to win it to Heber. Puts it to Gerber. Gerber sauces it down off the boards. And that's going to go down for an icing. A little bit too much on that one.
Almost got it on net. I don't know if that was his intention.
Frick and Kern on the face-off again. Frick wins it again. Gerber sends it around the net to Heber. Moving through the neutral zone. Some pressure by Kern. Heber decides to send it down. Rice pick it up. Tied up there by the Zamboni doors. Rice couldn't get it away from Swinehart. Heber trying to move it there. Shot there by Frick. Tied up in the corner. Puck comes free. Heber pinches down. Mapes now with a shot. Blockered away. Gerber tries to send it around. Interception there by Heber. Heber toe drags around with a shot. I think that got deflected. Mudrick finds Rice, who sends it around. Hendrick off the boards, is able to squeak right through Heber. And the Vipers able to get a change. Stick side there by Mudrick. Pass intended for Heber. Move through neutral zone, finds Juarez. Trying to get around Stebbins. Juarez with a shot. Pat saved there by Schifferle. Ferrier sends it down low for Juarez. Try to send it back to Ferrier, but Kaufman was right there. Stebbins couldn't find the puck, circling around for it. Poke checks it away. Bacon couldn't get it out. Juarez drops it off for Heber. And not Heber. Urschel blocked shots, and Vipers on the rush. Kaufman loses the puck. Shot down, no icing on that one. That was Johnson. Voss picks it up. Sorry, Yaney picks it up. Off the board through the legs. Llewellyn. Juarez with a shot that got blocked by Yaney. Into the safety net it goes. 8:24 remain here. We are still knotted up at 1 in this third period. Frick wins the face off Lewin. Shot gets blocked. Parks pick up the rebound. Finds Duke. Trying to get around Johnson. Just sends it into the zone. Frick behind his net. Up the glass, trying to get Doherty. Tipped by Kwasa, no icing. Parks would beat it out anyways. Parks off the boards to Duke. Try to move it to Sliger, but it just ends up going off the pants of him. And Duke sends it down. Llewellyn behind his nets. Being pressured by Sliger. Sliger throws himself into the boards. Frick moves into Doherty. Sliger now just moves it forward there. And Johnson picks it up. Turnover here in the offensive zone. Duke with a shot just goes wide. Llewellyn getting pressured by Sliger. Off the boards. Fern ties up. Duke with a shot. Blockered away. A great chance there by Duke again. Llewellyn off the boards. Tipped by Minnick. And Swinar with a step. With a chance. The puck just goes wide. Didn't know where that went for a second.
It did look strange from this angle.
I was like, did it go in?
Somehow wound up behind the net.
Well, here's a chance here for Mudrak. He's got a step. Takes a shot. Gets poked away by Potts, who's able to get back. Mudrak had a step for a couple. Try to throw it to Mig. King with a chance. Mudrak wasn't able to get enough. He had a wide open backdoor chance. Opportunity. Reinhardt sends it back around for Mapes, who sends it down the length of the ice for an icing. Couple chances there for the Vipers.
Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you, their chances are looking a lot better than Homestead's. Homestead has gotten away with being a little bit porous in the defensive end. And Fort Wayne, they've been strong in their defensive end. They've just spent a lot of time there. And honestly, I think that's more frustrating if you're the Homestead Spartans. Because right now the Vipers are thinking, we just got to get it into the zone. We're getting chances when we get it there. Homestead's had it in the zone, and they don't know what else to do.
And the Vipers are plugging the holes on shots. There's a lot of blocked shots. King now in the corner. Finds Bacon. Drops it off. Whistler with the shot. Went off the stick, I think, of Juarez, and goes into the safety netting. Whistler and Juarez. Battle again. Face off won by Juarez down to Gerber, who rings it around. Doherty drops it off to Heber. Saucer pass. Got through King, who was able to get away from Urschel. Urschel could have had a breakaway opportunity. Gerber. Hard pass over to Heber. Heber loses it behind him. Sends it back the other way to Gerber. Gerber lost it for 1 second there. Urschel's able to send it into the zone. Juarez and Ingalls on the retrieve. Ingalls moves it up to Bacon. Kicks it off. Escape. Juarez now. Takes a shot on that. Deflected. Patted away there by Schifferly. Gerber going around. Juarez up top to Heber. Heber with the shot blocked. Gerber again loses the puck. Icing coming down. But in high school, you can change on an icing. So the Vipers able to get the change that they want. They need to send out their forward core. They only have their defenders.
Yeah, really taking their time to get their players on the ice right now.
I think if you are home, you get a little bit of advantage. You get that longer change. If you need, you get that last second change. Right. I think that's what, I've heard about it.
Well, you get the last change.
Yeah. Like I've seen teams like change at the last thing if they didn't like the matchups.
Right.
Vipers in the neutral zone. Homestead sends it back. Parks off the boards and went through a few of his teammates' skates. They're all turned the other way. Frick now gets poke checked away. McNary tries to send it down. Llewellyn with a shot blocked by Quas. Schweinhardt in the corner trying to center it there for McNary. Not too much. Poked by Duke and got a chance. We got a call here. Quas with the shot. It just tipped off the glove of Combs into the corner, and Homestead will touch things up. It's another high-grade chance for the Vipers. And they are heading to with a power play.
Yeah, and it comes off the rush. This time they draw up a penalty and still manage to get a good opportunity off their rush. Penalty here right as they exit the zone. Would have been a pretty clean 2-on-1, but that penalty slows things up a little bit. But they maintain possession for long enough for Schifferle to get all the way to the bench and get a 6-on-5 for a couple of seconds anyways.
All right, that penalty comes at the 4-minute and 12-second mark. So huge opportunity here for the Vipers. As Johnson heads to the sin bin. Vipers hoping to release him early and take this lead. Whistler up top of Parks. Parks with a shot. Blocked away by Chapman. Duke setting things up. Finds Whistler. Game pressure. So he had the quickly bouncing puck there. Combs is able to cover things up. Whistler with a quick shot. He had the pressure of Juarez right on his back. So he just puts it on in a bouncing shot. But Combs is able to cover things up. Frick and Whistler. Whistler wins this one back for Duke. Puts it to Parks. Parks, far side to Bacon. Bacon with the shot.
Is that off the mask?
It was close. Shoulder mask 1 of the 2 and goes into the safety netting. Bacon has many power play goals here for the Vipers. Sitting in Obi's special spot there. Frick wins this one this time. Chapman trying to send it off. Goes to the skate of Parks just enough to get out. Duke finds Parks. Sends it up to Whistler. Whistler finds Bacon on the breakout. Bacon sending down, putting it around Chapman, who sends him to the boards. Potts off the boards, sets down the length of the ice. Parks pick things up. Sends it to Whistler. Whistler's pass gets deflected by Swinehart. And we're going to have a penalty here on Whistler. Interference.
It's getting late in the third period. A little 4-on-4 action. This could be Homestead's opportunity to finally put this thing away.
56 seconds of 4-on-4 in the minute 4 of Homestead power play. But as we said, this Vipers PK is very, very good, and they will block as many shots as possible. Curran and Juarez on the faceoff. Vipers win it. Mudrick going wide off the boards, get around Hebert. He's the first to the puck. Behind the Homestead net, putting it out front for Curran. Puck is still loose. Juarez is able to pick things up. Try to flip it there to Urschel. Poke checked away by Mudrick in the neutral zone. Curran couldn't get around Hebert. Hebert getting pressured by both Mudrick and Curran there. Juarez moving far on Stebbins. Stebbins poke checked things away with that long reach. Hebert moves it over to Gerber. Gerber with some space. Takes a shot. Goes wide. Hebert up to Gerber. Gerber with another shot. Trying to look for the deflection there. But Schifferle was ready for that one.
All right, and just as that happens, Homestead with the man advantage.
2:10 remaining. 1:02 left on the power play here. And I think Homestead might be calling a timeout.
Yeah, they're gonna really want to take advantage of this opportunity. They've looked good on the power play all night. I know they got Coach Barney on there. He knows his stuff, was a real talented athlete for Indiana Tech for a lot of years. So whatever he's drawing up is probably a pretty good play.
Probably going to be one of the biggest kills here for the Vipers. Even when they played Carroll, they were a couple of late penalties there. Time made it a little close.
Yeah, and you got to wonder if playing in their own zone for the entire game has taken a toll on them physically. I mean, let's see how many shots has Schifferle taken. I don't know if they updated in the period, but
I don't think they updated until the end.
no update till the end. But like I said, it was averaging 10 a period, but the shots don't even reflect the zone time. He's got to track the puck the entire time it's in his defensive zone.
Homestead's really looking for that deflection up front. They're being very patient with their D-men. Alrighty, 2:10 left, 1:02 on the power play. Frick's able to win it. Warris with a shot, just goes wide.
Yeah, that's not what you want to do right there. That's an easy breakout. Easy out for the Vipers.
Puck goes all the way out. Heber picks things up. Puts it to Juarez, who puts it right to Parks, who sends it right back down. Right on net, too. Combs gloves it away to Heber. Heber up to Frick. Frick. Then on Quas. Quas is able to time up for a second. Homestead's able to set it down. 30 seconds remaining. 1.5 remaining in this period. Puck gets deflected away by Quas into the skate, but Homestead's able to keep things in. Frick with a shot gets blocked into the corner. Urschel sends it around to Wards, who puts out front for Doherty with a shot saved by Schifferle off the pad. Parks is able to clear things, and that's going to do it for the Homestead power play.
Wow.
Huge kill by the Vipers. So we have 60 seconds remaining in this third period. Juarez able to find Doherty, but just for a second, Whistler is able to send it right back down for an icing.
Oh boy, talk about a big finish. What a chaotic sequence to end that power play for Homestead. Excellent kick save by Schifferle. Parks grabs it, keeps his composure, and lets it rip all the way down.
Juarez behind in Gretzky's office, able to find Doherty. So we have 51.2 seconds remaining here. Mapes and Whistler on the faceoff. Mapes able to win it. But diving effort there by Whistler is able to break that up, and Duke is able to get out for a second. And offsides here on Homestead. I think Ferrier was just over the line when Swinehart was sending it in. Last minute of a third period's tied always feels like forever.
Right.
Even now, it's like I'm watching the game and like my body's tensing up like I did. Shot there by Swinehart as he fans on it. Swinehart taking his time, puts it down to Mapes. Sends it around. Puts it up front there, right into the breadbasket of Schifferle. That's Ferrier. 22.6 remaining. Wonder if Vipers are going to Vipers are going to be taking their timeout now.
You know, it occurs to me these are the same matchups as week one when I did see 2 overtime games.
I watched one of them.
Carroll repeated history. They won that week.
Has Leo? Yeah, 3 weeks. I think Leo and Carroll have gone to OT.
Yeah.
Week 1 was maybe 3 weeks then. Maybe week 4 and week 7. Is that older matchups? Are they going to OT in older matchups?
Yeah, they have.
Wow.
Yeah, those games are fun to watch.
Homestead's doing a great job in the offensive zone, kind of slowing things down, getting things set up.
Yeah, but are they a little bit too calm? It almost becomes predictable when you're that poised.
They put Potts, Juarez, Frick, Chapman, and Urschel, their top line out. Top line out for the Vipers as well. Face-off 1. Cooper Bacon on the rush. King kind of lost his edge there, but they're able to recover back. Set down, 8 seconds remaining. King behind his net. Juarez trying to center things up. Bouncing puck right there. And that will do it for the third period. Chaotic, low bouncing puck in the front of the net. Could have been a chance there for Homestead, but we're going back-to-back OT games.
It's a Thanksgiving scrum, man. It's a Thanksgiving miracle.
They're like, oh yeah, they don't have to go to school this week. Let's do it.
Yep, let them play. Let them play. I'm not mad about it, not one bit. This has been one of the most entertaining Wednesday nights we've had all year.
This is the second only overtime game I've called. I called one basketball and one hockey.
Yeah, I've been getting all the overtimes here on Wednesday nights. I've had a few for Indiana Tech, too. I've been blessed with some competitive games this year, actually, here at the Ice House.
Got 10-minute format, 3-on-3. All right, we did this last game. Who do you think is going to be the hero? If there's one.
Right, if there is one. I've got to go with Graham Urschel for Homestead. And I'm thinking, let's say Mason Quast.
And then we'll go with Juarez. And then I'm going to put Cooper Bacon, notorious goal scorer here.
Yeah,
for the
Bacon
Vipers.
makes sense. Whistler would have been another good one.
Homestead going out with Juarez, Heber, and Urschel. Vipers have Whistler, Bacon, and Parks. Bunch of power on both teams. Heber now flips it to Urschel. Juarez up to Heber. Heber now getting pressured by Bacon. Off the boards to Urschel. Puts it to Juarez. Juarez trying to get around Parks. Finds Urschel. Oh, just bouncing puck. Juarez had Urschel for a one-timer. Primed and ready, but just bounces over. Juarez. Pass gets deflected, and Parks is going on the rush on Heber. Tying him up.
Parks has got to be careful there. He does not want to take a penalty now.
Chance for Whistler. Here's that chance. He scores! Cameron Whistler, you can bring out the Zamboni. Ended in overtime. Vipers knock off Homestead.
And a big celebration ensues. Extra turkey for the Vipers. Call them the Blue Shell, man.
Knocking off another first-place team at the 48-second mark.
And we'll take another look. I was nervous that Parks was going to wind up taking a penalty here, but he just sets up Whistler for a free path to the net. And Whistler with a big finish and a big celebration. A big night for the Fort Wayne Vipers.
They moved to 2-5. Homestead goes to 5-2. Terrell's at 4-3, and Leo's at 3-4.
3-4. It's all tight now. Oh, what a way to kick off our Thanksgiving break, Mason. Back-to-back overtime games, Thanksgiving scrums through and through. And I think it's also worth giving our cameraman, Oscar Harris, a shout-out. He's been braving the elements here at the Ice House for now 8 periods of hockey almost. So
yeah.
More power to him.
All right, that's going to do it for us here tonight. Vipers beat Homestead 2-1 in overtime. Thank you for tuning in. So we got some basketball coverage coming up next, I think this weekend as well. And state finals for football will be coming up this weekend as well, but I don't think we're covering that. I think that's all IHSA TV. But thank you for tuning in. Mason and Eric, once again, we'll see you guys next Wednesday. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first